For more on this, Senior Fellow at Nanyang Technological University, James Dorsey, joins us now from Singapore. James Dorsey, let's go back to the start, shall we? Always a good place to begin. Apparently, those four countries that have blockaded Qatar believe that Doha is backing extremist political movements across the Middle East. What do you make of that, the logic for the blockade, first of all?
I don't really think that the real issue was whether or not Qatar was supporting militant groups. For one thing, various of the Gulf states, including Saudi Arabia, have been doing so in various settings across the region. I think what this is much more about is an effort primarily by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates to impose their will on the region and to achieve hegemony. And what that meant was that a state like Qatar, which was independent in its foreign policies, needed to be brought into line. And I think what happened is that the boycotting states miscalculated.
And do you think it's going to work, or is it working? Is Qatar complying with the desires of Saudi Arabia, if indeed Riyadh is leading all of this?
I think the embargo until now has been a failure. It's been a failure in the sense that Qatar has clearly been able to re-establish itself in terms of its economy, in terms of its international relations, in terms of its public and international standing. On top of that, the embargo by Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, as well as Bahrain and Egypt, has failed to really garner international support. You look across the international community, whether it is the West, whether it is Russia, whether it is China, all of them want this crisis to end.
Do you think this sort of blockade could have happened anywhere in the world, or is there something about the system of Middle Eastern governance, given that it's mainly royal families who are making these decisions rather than fully democratically elected governments as there are in the rest of the world? Is there something that could be said in terms of this being a feud between royal families rather than governments almost?
I think the way I would put it is not in terms of royal families, but in terms of open and transparent democratic societies and autocratic societies. So, with other words, democratic societies operate according to the rule of law, which was, in this case, broken on multiple levels, whereas autocratic societies are used to, and autocratic rulers are used to setting things the way they want it to be done, whichever way they want it to be done. And so I think this is an issue of autocrats, and to be fair, Qatar is also an autocratic society, but it's an issue of autocrats who have the wherewithal, the assertiveness, and the financial muscle to do what they please and hope to get away with it.
James Dorsey, we always appreciate your contribution on TRT World. Thank you.